We will never really know the true nature of how the New World Order truly operates unless we really know who we are. And that's not confusing who we really are with the racial or perceivable racial background that we have. That's a part of it. There's a number of factors that make up what we are: genetic memory, muscle memory, the past, the primitive past. Then there's the soul. Then there's, of course, these external environmental influences that try to tell us who we are and what we are. But by knowing who we are and where we came from, we can understand this system that we're living in that feels very familiar. For those of us that tend to know a little bit too much about this structure, that are able to pick up on the dark forces, some say the off-world controllers that are manipulating humanity, this set of circumstances that we're facing feels very familiar. But even more so, it's a calling to those individuals that are living within this global society to take proper mindful action, which is far above the lower dimensional levels, vibrational levels of picking up a gun and preparing to fight the government, fighting fire with fire. When in reality, this feels like a familiar situation where power corrupts absolutely, especially with the use of technology that's improperly used within our realm instead of mindfully used to help the population. And now we're seeing the potential for global destruction, weather modification, HAARP, the technology that's been used to alter brain waves, the technology that's been used to track people. Don't ask the question, when is microchips going to be introduced to our society to track us, because the technology has already been introduced into our world to track us without such technology needing to be in our body. The question is, why is there this constant attack on the goodness in us? Why do they truly want to pasteurize all of our food, to radiate milk, and then you learn about what raw milk does to the human body and it helps it fight cancer? There's information in the actual water that we're drinking, but when they pollute the water, as some choose to refer it to, the life God force, it thus pollutes our consciousness and lowers our energy. Knowing we're under attack, we have free will at our disposal. We want to join that system, join that energy, because it seems like it's the easier path in life to go, to just join that which you seem to not be able to fight or ward off. If you can't beat them, join them mentality steps in. Or we can go the other way and face those challenges, face those criticisms, even face those demons in our own world that want us to stay stuck in a box full of hatred, full of anger, but most of all, stuck in fear. Now, the only reason I live outside that box is because I've come to my own peace in my own heart, even though I have my own struggles in this world, that there is a certain level of protection over people that are seeking to do good, that walk through life without fear of physical harm, because they're not afraid of what's going to happen to them if they go into the afterlife, because they did what was right when they had ability to do something and say something about it, living life every day, every moment, enjoying life without regrets. Knowing that in the greater scheme of things, it could be argued that we're living on borrowed time, especially for those of us that have had near-death experiences or have had great challenges come to us in the past, perhaps something that changed our whole worldview, or we could have been taken out of the world, but for whatever reason, there was this hand of protection that was over us that guided us to the right place where we are today, with more knowledge, more information, more consciousness than we had the previous year, because every year, every moment, we're constantly changing. So through free will, through exercising that spiritual God or goddess within us, both our male and female attributes, that inner light, none of this stuff even matters. It's a game that's being played out. I liken this reality to some sort of a Matrix-like video game. Well, there are a certain set of rules, you could call them the laws of the universe, the laws of attraction, where in this video game there are choices that we as individuals with our own karmic destiny have to work out in this physical realm in order to go up to a higher form of existence. But we have to earn that right to go into a higher form of existence. But by trying to help others, to pull them away from the darkness and show them another reality, another potential, knowing that we have this power, it gives us great strength. It inspires me greatly to see people learning so much around the world, to see that through information that's been shared, we have actually changed the consciousness on this planet in terms of the better. And as much as they want to throw out all their negativity, they've got billions, trillions of dollars to engage in their psychological warfare operations, the higher light will still prevail over the dark. And you can take a mag light or a flashlight into a room of darkness, shine it into that room of darkness, there will be light. You can't walk into a room of light and shine a flashlight of darkness that overcomes the light. But when it comes to the light, we have to understand that that light is within ourselves. When we're calling for that force, when we're calling for those energies to work through us, that which created the sun created us. And that which created us has created many other life forms out there in the universe. So in this mathematical matrix of cause and effect, of karma, of synchronicity, we have many tools that are here at our disposal. Most of all, our human body, which we can activate and turn into something more higher than what it currently is, especially when we work with others. And so by knowing ourselves, by questioning historical past, the nature of civilization, how it came about to be, we can see parallels between this current reality, where technology is being used to suppress the masses instead of liberate it. We can see parallels between this world and other worlds in the past that have been written about by the ancient people, written about by the Sumerians. Some even say Atlantis. So yes, of course, without a doubt, this is a very exciting time to be alive. Not a time to be a zombie, although some people choose that route. Not a time to engage in excessive intoxication or suicidal behavior or thoughts. Those are all elements of the destructive force that is still trying to hold us within its vibrational quantum prison. We're now breaking out of that quantum prison and telling people it's okay now to come outside. There are people that love you. There are people that care about you. We have more land that we know what to do with in reality to grow our own food and be off the grid if this demonic system of control were to be overridden by our own consciousness that declares on a global collective scale, demons, you have no power here. We choose to participate no longer in your system. And for some people, it's coming down to the tax system. It's coming down to fighting Big Brother. It's coming down to fighting something, fire with fire. And on one element, it's working itself out through that process. But through other levels, it's an energetic non-participation with the system, to non-participate with that energy, the dog-eat-dog energy. When we really start to see a blossoming of consciousness on this planet, it will manifest in our neighborhoods and through the local level, through that base level here independently, the neighborhoods, the cities, the counties. This is where the change is going to come from. It's not going to come from a central point, and there's a big learning experience in all of this, that we're all responsible for our own lives. The whole programming propaganda about we need big government for this, we need this for this, we need a nanny state for this. It's spiritual warfare because it's taking away or seeking to take away our free will, our own right to be wrong in this world, to make mistakes, to fall on our face. I don't think we need a nanny state or a Big Brother, New World Order, tyrannical system to help humanity continue. In fact, it is in the way of our own spiritual evolution, at least for those that choose to allow the New World Order to control them. As you move forward into the future, look at the energetics of everything. Where is this coming from? What is the intention behind this bill? What is the intention behind this talk show host that's speaking my language about the New World Order? But is it in anger? Is it in fear? Or is it in love and based on that divine goodness that's inside us all? In order to understand the New World Order, the off-world controllers, all of this stuff going on, we have to know and investigate and question and perhaps pray to our angels and our guides. And of course, the Heavenly Father, the Supreme Being. Who are we really inside these human bodies? And why were we brought here to this planet at this time? The answers are out there, folks, as the X-Files show says. But you're going to find those answers less in one book and more in your own life experiences and the information that comes to you, whether you're ready to face it or not. Listen to the signs.